everybody. I'm Michielle Freeman with Edina Realty.
I'm Steve Mohabir with Edina Realty Mortgage.
And we're here for Tea Time Tips. All right, Steve, how was your weekend?
It's great.
Good. Well, I last couple weeks have had some adventures with clients and their transactions.
Sure.
Okay, and envision this, if you will, at the closing table. And, you know, title has some questions that they ask along the way for the buyers and sellers. And lo and behold, they get to the question of, is there a well on the property? And, you know, daughter has been helping mom and dad throughout the whole transaction. She couldn't be at the closing, and now brother's there. And he's like, no, there's a well. I remember when I was 10. Yep, that's exactly the look that I got on my face and my closer got on her face. So, we know what that reaction means. Our viewing audience might not. So let's dig a little deep into that. So, long story short, if you have a well, it has to be sealed. There needs to be a record of the sealing. It can cost some cash. You're at the closing table, so, you know, buyers have their moving truck outside, and they're ready to move in. Yep, and we're at winter. You know, we're not quite at winter, but we're approaching winter.
Hard to seal real quick, yeah.
Yep. So we had to put some money, or the sellers had to stash the money away in an escrow for that. So let's talk a little bit about that, how that affects the lender, and because I know there are some conversations that we have to have as far as the closing disclosures and those numbers not changing and 3-day period. Blah, blah, blah. So help us out. Share your wisdom.
So this week's escrow commentary is about putting money into a fund to pay for items after closing. That's what the escrow kind of second series is. But in this case in particular, you put money in the funds in a side account that's held by the title company typically from either side, buyer or seller, and then the work gets done post-closing, somebody re-inspects, and then the escrow, or somebody signs off on, and the escrow then is released to the appropriate party to pay for it.
So how do they know how much money to put in the escrow?
Typically, you're going to need a bid from a contractor of sort for whatever needs to be escrowed for. And that bid, a lot of times they'll have to do 1.5 times whatever that bid is to make sure, in case some unforeseen costs come up, that they have enough funds to cover it.
Okay. Now I know this was kind of an extreme case. I mean, once again, this is sort of first time this has happened in my almost 10-year career. More typical things that we see escrow here for in Minnesota. You talk about those.
Yeah, in Minnesota, winter is coming. So
not in like a Game of Thrones sort
of
way.
Maybe.
Okay.
It's cold. But a lot of times we'll see escrows for some roof repair or peeling paint, which typically can't be done when there's snow outside or on the house, or if it's too cold out to paint and the paint to adhere. So we see a lot of those wintertime escrows here in Minnesota that typically can't be done right now.
All right. Is there, or I'll ask this, what's your most extreme case of an escrow that you've seen?
Well, lenders don't always love escrows.
Right.
So
why don't you love them?
Because a lot of the things that are being escrowed for could be hazardous or safety concerns. Escrowing for, a hole in the wall that punches to the outside is a safety concern because if there's a hole to the outside, there's typically coldness that can get in and freeze all your pipes, that type of thing. Yikes. So lenders always need to sign off on these escrows because they are dealt with money at the table. They need to see what's going on. But the most extreme, I think I've had a full paint job of a house and garage and 2 new roofs on the house and detached garage.
On the same house?
On the same house.
Wow.
It was upwards of $14,000, $15,000 in total.
Wow, and then they had to do 1.5 times.
Correct. So, can be quite expensive.
many of those in our future. All right. Well, I appreciate all your great information today. Once again, because you're still a smart guy.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You have been listening to Amy Michelle Freeman with Edina Realty.
I'm Steve Mohabir with Edina Realty Mortgage.
And this has been Tea Time Tips. We'll see you next week.